The Lionesses getting a 58-0 win against Uganda. Now, we want to take a quick look at the results from the matches that were played in the morning and who is going to play who in the Cup semi-finals. Now, in the placing that is from position 9 to 12, we had two matches that were taking place, and the Uganda second team lost to Apashe from Apashe on a 19-0 scoreline. Then we had Mwamba defeat Uganda 10-5. Now, we move on to the Cup quarterfinals, where we had a number of matches take place, and then Shujaa got a 38-7 win over Red Whalers. Portugal were 24-21 winners over Spain, and then the Morans, that is the Kenya Morans, got a 38-5 win over Namibia, and the Kenya Sevens Series winners, who are Homeboys, lost to Samurai on a 19-7 scoreline. So those are the results from the matches that were played in the morning. Let's take a quick look at who is playing who in the semi-finals, the Cup semi-finals this afternoon. Now, Morans, remember, they got a 38-5 win over Namibia. They will be playing Samurai. Morans will be playing Samurai in the Cup quarterfinals, rather Cup semi-finals this afternoon, and then Kenya Shujaa, who are the defending champions, will be playing Portugal. Later on. So we are still working on that, but that is the Cup semi-final fixtures. Now, apart from Safari Sevens, the National 15 Sevens team will be in action this evening, and that is in the repechage tournament. Now, Kenya will be taking on Canada later on, and we want to take a quick look at the squad for Simba that will be in action this evening. Now, these are the fixtures. Kenya plays Canada today, 6:30 p.m. And then Saturday, that is next week on November, Kenya will be taking on Hong Kong at 4 p.m. And then on Friday, 23rd November, Kenya will be playing Germany. Now, if Kenya wins this, they will book a ticket to the 2019 edition of the World Cup that will be played in Japan. Now, let's take a quick look at the Ian Snooks. We take a quick look at Ian Snooks' squad to face Canada this evening. We have Patrick Ouku, Coleman Were, Joseph Odero, George Nambwa, Malcolm Onsando, Andrew Omonde, Davis Chenge, Joshua Chisanga, Samson Onsomu, Sami Oliech, William Baka, Darwin Mukiza, Tony Onyango, Leo Seje, and Colin Sinjera. And probably if you've been asking yourself why Colin Sinjera has not been taking part in the Sevens series, this is why. Some of the biggest names in Sevens were called into the 15 squad. Now, the reserves, we have Philip Ikambili, Moses Amusala, Hilary Mwanjilwa, Wilson Kopondo, Oliver Mangeni, Mohamed Omolo, William Reeve, and Martin Owila. Those are the people that will be on the bench for the Simbas this evening as they take on Canada in their repechage tournament. Remember, win in the repechage tournament, we will see Kenya book a slot, or rather book themselves a slot in the 2019 World Cup that will be in Japan. Now, before we get into some football, I know, Yvonne, you are not new to rugby. What are your expectations, Kenya versus Canada?
For lack of a better word, it's Canada are going to have the upper hand coming into this particular match. You have to remember, this is a team that has been playing repechage for a long time, and this is our first time. Repechage is usually harder than the normal qualification process. Teams bring their all, you know. Kenya is a semi-professional side, so in terms of the amount of hours that the team has been preparing for repechage compared to what Canada has been doing, then of course here they're coming in expecting competition. So I don't expect a pretty one-sided match, but it will be a high-scoring game. High-scoring in terms of we can get our handed to us. So yeah, so going into this, I think we are the underdogs as Kenya, and we look forward to not only a physical fight, but I like the blend of the squad that Snook has picked. It will be very interesting to see the impact that especially Amonde, Amonde and Injera will have to this particular squad. If you realize from the matches that we've played as warm-up, as build-up to this in Romania, We were bringing in a little bit of physicality, but we are meeting teams that are better conditioned than us. So we ended up actually being overpowered in our own physicality. Yet that's our style of play. So I think this particular squad is blended enough to see that we take advantage of our ability to speed up the game to actually convert possession into points. So I think Snook will be looking for a less combative game, less contact in the game, and try to open up space to allow the back line to actually, do its thing.
Of course, that match will be played at 6:30 p.m. Kenyan time. Now, let me take you back to the Safari Sevens. And Linda Rotuno had a chance of speaking to the Kenya Rugby Union CEO, that is Sylvia Kamau, and she says that this year's tournament, she expects everything to run smoothly.
So this is the second day of the Safari Sevens Rugby Tournament, and it has been quite something considering it is the homecoming after a whole 7 years now. A lot of matches have taken place throughout the day, with our ultimate team, Shuja, taking all their matches, and with just one more to go, we're expecting nothing but the best. Now, in just day one of the tournament, we had a number of matches going on, and this is specifically under the under-19 girls category, whereby we had Hidden Talent taking the day, rather taking the whole tournament, taking the title, while the previous champions, that is Nakuru, taking third place. Joining me right now is the acting CEO of the Kenya Rugby Union, that is Sylvia Kamau, and she'll bring us up to speed with how the event has been throughout the day. How are you, Sylvia?
I'm fine.
And maybe, can you tell us how has the event been, considering this is the second day?
This is the second day of the event. It started yesterday with the age grade players, that's the girls. Today we are having the senior men and women, and it's very exciting. I like the crowd. We have a good crowd out here. This is a homecoming after 7 years. We're happy to have rugby back on Ngong Road, and yeah, we cannot be more than excited, more excited than we are right now.
Maybe is this what was expected, the turnout, the hype, and everything included?
Yes, we expected the turnout. We expected the high turnout, and we also expected to have the carnival feeling. We have the after party on the other side and the village. So this is more or less what we expected. Of course, we're going to go bigger next year. But this, I'm urging everyone to come and watch the games. We still have one more day tomorrow, and we have our finals tomorrow.
And we've had a number of teams playing today, and specifically with the Kenyan teams, how have they performed in the course of the day?
The Kenyan teams, both the Lionesses and the Shuja, have performed well. They're using this as training before Dubai, which is the 1st of December. Yes, and we're very happy that the tournament is where it is right now.
This is just the second day. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the first day. How was it? How was it? Is it as per the expectations, considering it was the under-19 girls tournament?
Yes, it was as per expectation, because we now had a chance to expose our young girls, the under-18. They're now confident, at least they're playing in an international tournament. So we can get better. We can only get better from here.
You have been in office for quite some time now. What would you say is the state of rugby in the country so far?
Sorry?
The state of rugby in the country so far?
The development of rugby is good. We are doing what we can with the grassroots. Lots of players are there. People are playing there. Lots of schools are now taking up rugby. The clubs are there. We start the league next week. After the Safari Sevens, we start the Kenya Cup and the Nationwide and the Championship. So rugby is picking up, and we are where we should. We are not where we should be, but we are headed there. Yeah.
And maybe what next after this very hyped tournament?
Next, we're going into the league, and after that, we're going to the HSBC circuit. Tomorrow, we have our Simbas playing the repechage, the first game against Canada. And they're out there in a quest to qualify for the World Cup, the last slot, the 28th slot. And we wish them well. We will be streaming in the game tomorrow. So everyone who's going to be at the field will have a chance to watch the game.
If I may zero in on one specific thing, and that is to do with women's rugby. What is the state of women's rugby in the country? And this runs down up to the girls.
Currently, we have like about 8 teams that are doing development for women's rugby. This is good because at least in the teams we have the age grade, the different ages before they do the seniors. So that is good for us because at least it means that we can keep churning out. We can keep churning out players in the senior team. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sylvia, and let's hope for the best for this tournament.
Thank you.
Now that is just Sylvia Kamau, as I say, the acting CEO of the Kenya Rugby Union, and it has been quite a day. We have a total of 12 teams participating in the senior event, and that we have 8 foreign teams and we have 4 local, rather national teams, and a lot is expected of these teams at the end of the day. And I managed to speak to some fans, and this is what they had to say.
I love this. This is home. Rugby, Safari Sevens has been played at home. We've been having issues with going to Nyayo Stadium, Kasarani, but we love this setup. They've done a very fantastic job. Stands are full. Stands are out there. We just need the people to come. We just need the people to come.
And maybe we've had a number of matches, and we have had Kenyan matches, and how have they performed? And I mean both the men and the women.
The women are getting there. The women are fantastic. The women are actually basically the best in East Africa. They're getting more confidence, gearing up for Dubai. The teams will be better. I have a lot of trust in what on the young boys we have now. I do.
Maybe, what do you think of the pool in which Shuja was put in? And we have Mwamba, we have Namibia.
Mwamba,
an official alcohol.
basically number 2 in the circuit. Good team and everything. Namibia is a core team. So for Kenya playing Namibia, basically gets them to a level that shows who is actually either the best or the number 2 in Africa. So I'm seeing Shuja and probably Namibia going through to the knockout tournament.
Crowd is just too low. Maybe they didn't advertise much, so it's not my expectation.
Maybe this has been away, Safari Sevens has been away for 7 years, and now it's come back home. What does this mean to you as a fan?
I'm enjoying it. Don't need to look for travel expenses. It's just around the neighborhood, so it's good.
And how have the matches been throughout the day?
So far so good. So far so good.
Well, Linda Rotuno, who was at the RFUA grounds yesterday, speaking to the CEO Kenya Rugby Union, Sylvia Kamau, and a number of fans who gave their thoughts on how the tournament has been. Remember, the tournament went back to RFUA grounds along Ngong Road after 7 years, where they were being held at the Kasarani Stadium and Nyayo Stadium here in Nairobi. We take a short commercial break. When we come back, we will be speaking about the Cheza Sports Expo, the first of its kind here in Nairobi for Namai and Maina Kianjuya here in studio. They will be talking to us about that, and the emerging stars say they are ready for Mauritius. That will be after the break.